Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing Necro Rogue guide, and I've had a lot of people asking me to do this, so we are actually going to be doing it. Before we start this off, I want to shout out to OTB Memes. Make sure you check it out in the description. It's my brother slash my main priest channel. He's trying to been growing it for a bit, but show some love. Go check it out in the description. Follow, sub, check out a video, like it, whatever. Anything that support helps. But let's get on with the video. So first, we're going to be starting with Conduits. We're going to be Necro, obviously, and we're going to be running lethal poisons, which is really just a whole part of your one-shot. It's your poisons. Your poisons are a lot of your dam, but it usually comes down to your venom and your blades, and then also your throws. So lethal poisons is faster, but it also heals you. So over time, you're going to be doing a lot of healing with that. And then I'd go with sudden fractures. Dude, I'm tripping. I just got done with a 4-hour stream, so my mind is just not in the right place. So sudden fractures is really good. This is another thing in the one-shot build. It's gonna help you, especially after you mark for death of venom. You can spam spikes and then you can venom again. So always have that. I have quick decisions. What this allows me to do is basically I can step from far away. It's basically like the Night Fade guide. It's the same dynamic except you're Necro, and it's a lot better for consistently damage as well. And it's not just that one shot and then you're done. You actually can kill things without it as well. So what this allows you to do, let's say it's the rest of druid he's running away, or anything that tries to kite you, you have a huge step to get them. Since you only have that one step, if they outplay you, it's all over. But that's that conduit, so I always rock this. And then for their shiv, we'll play steel. This obviously is a must-have, 100%. I'd always get this. Helps your nature damage by 20%. It also helps with your PvP talent, so they can't heal with hemotoxin. So 40% less healing is a lot. You literally can't heal through it, especially when twos, when their dampening is already at 20%. So it's an auto at 60%, which is a lot when you first start out of the match. And then for your last one, you are going to be running Cloaked in the Shadows. I run this just because when I'm trying to get a re-stealth, I don't want to be coming out instantly. I'd rather get a re-stealth, wait a couple seconds, come back out, do the same thing. So I run Cloaked in the Shadows. So that's your conduits. It's pretty easy. Just copy what I got. And then for your PvP, now I have a lot of verse. I would really go with a lot of haste. So I'm in my outlaw set. I actually don't have a, full assassination set yet. So I would go full haste, full verse haste, and then maybe master crit on the side. But make sure you have a lot of haste, like as much haste as you can get, because this build is based off of your haste, not really your crit. You don't really need crit because your legendary is crit, so crits are relevant, really, basically. So verse, mastery, and haste is probably your three stats that you want to go for. And then for your gear, I go with the haste versus trinket. I also use the speed, so as you can see, I run faster than normal. I'm basically jogging compared to slow walking. And then, yeah, as you can see, I go haste, I go weapon and chance, sinful, celestian. I'd honestly just go full haste. And make sure you at least have a little bit over, 32, 33% verse at least. And then I'd run the badge always. The badge is really good. It helps your burst damage by a mile. And then for your legendary, it's going to be the 100% crit, which is the mark of the assassin, mark of the master assassin. And I would honestly get that. It's really easy. I actually have a video on my conduits, so if you don't know where to get these 278 conduits, there's a video on that a few back, and you'll be able to find that there. So there's your legendary. Your unity is use your belt. It could be really anything else. It doesn't really matter that much, honestly. I have 25% or 25% or I have 16% haste, and I'm still pumping. It's easy, not a big deal. So it's not like you need all crit stats. So for your PvP stats and all this stuff, you want to be going with Master Poisoner. What this will do is it'll help your bleeds by a massive amount. Your next one is going to be Night Stalker. You always want to be these two. It's just never switching. Maybe you can go for Subterfuge. You lose out on the one shot because you're not getting as much damage. So if you're going for the entire one shot, go for Night Stalker. If you're still learning how to play Assassination in general and you're just trying to learn, Subterfuge is a lot more easier to sustain. But Night Stalker is going to be your go-to. Mark for Death is a need in this one as well, because you're going to be Mark for Death venoming, or if you need to get a Mark for Death Kinian before you die, you're going to be needing that. So always Mark for Death. Looseness, I use this with a healer. If I don't have a healer, I usually run Cheat Death depending on the comp. If I'm not running with a healer, I'll probably run Cheat Death. If I am with a healer, I'm going to run Hallucinus. If I'm ever facing a double DPS, I always usually run Cheat Death. For your next build, now if you're going for a plain out one shot and you're going for that massive, huge one shot. Pray this could be really good. You're going to be doing a lot more damage. So as you can see, you do 10% increased damage for 6 seconds. but then you lose out on that extra bleed that actually adds up to a consistent amount of damage. So if you're looking for that consistent, insane one shot, just for the one shot, go with Prayer of the Week. Because whenever you Kenny and you go for that huge burst, it's going to be adding on all the extra stuff onto it. So I usually go with internal bleeding, but if you're going for the entire one shot, go with Prayer of the Week. Try it out. If you're not having any luck one shotting people with it, just go back to the internal bleeding for the extra dam. For this one, um, this is actually not bad, but at the time, I think it got nerfed or something. Because when I tried it, it definitely wasn't as good. This build is not really based around your bleeds that much. It's basically your venoms and your bone spikes. It's not where your bleeds help you out, but they're not as good as your venoms and your bone spikes. So I go with electricity. It's basically the best. You just get a lot more haste, especially with me having no haste, and it's a hard time. For your next row, if you're looking for the plain one shot again, I'm not really good using the blades. It's kind of RNG with me. I'm so used to sub that I use it for stacking combo points, and I never really use in the build. Now, I would honestly use it every single time because it's huge dam. It can hit all the way up to 40 Ks on your burst dam. But if you're going for longer games and you know it's going to be a long game, maybe a higher CR game, Poison Bomber is a lot better. You're getting a lot of extra damage with it and a lot of extra consistent damage. For your PvP talents, Smoke Bomb. So if you can get their trinket and then Smoke Bomb, then do your burst, nothing is going to happen. You'll kill them before their healer can walk into the bomb. So I go with Smoke Bomb. Hemotoxin for obviously their healing. Whenever you use this, it's going to stop every healing on them. So when they try to heal them, it's barely going to do anything, and you're just going to be able to tank them all the way down. And then for your third, you can either go with Dismantle, like Disarm for like warriors, outlaw rogues, rogues in general, rets. But if you're facing like a caster, you could always go with maneuverability. Now, if you're facing like a demo lock or a BM hunter, this can be really good. Randomized radius is increased up to 15 yards and deals 50% more damage when it strikes 3 or more targets. So if you stack these together, if it's a BM hunter and the pets are on you as well, you're legit gonna hit like 100k or like 80k plus of flying daggers, which could be pretty insane. So usually I go with Dismantle or Maneuverability. Maybe if it's a BM, I might try it out sometime. I haven't really tried it that much, but this is basically your normal build. If you're facing a non-disarm, you're going to be running Maneuverability. But that's basically the talents. Pretty easy. So we've gone to the Legendary, the Conduits, the talents, the stats. Now we just need to get onto the rotation. And your macro, I just have one macro. I know a lot of people ask me this, but it's pretty simple. It's just your burst macro. That's it. There's nothing more to it. So it's going to be Vendetta, your Orc racial. If you're not Orc, then it doesn't matter. You don't need that in there. I have my badge. So when I click this, it's going to click my badge. I usually auto-click my badge sometimes. It's just like, I'm just used to it. And then I have, as you can see, I have the fourth as that, but obviously I'm not using it, so I would just get this out of here. And then this is all the macro. You just put it down there. Easy, simple. You just click the macro, it clicks everything for you, and you're good. So there's your macro, the one macro you need. Alrighty, now for your burst rotation, basically, it's pretty simple. It's and also if you're running with a new legendary you can run, there's also 1 minute Vendetta as well. So if you're looking for a higher CR and you don't know what to use as assassination, or as you can see, it's basically 1 minute Vendetta. You'll get it back as long as you're attacking. It's pretty insane as well. I'd honestly try it out, Duskwalker's loop, especially if you're not trying to do this one shot. Even though the one shot's really, really insane, it's your call. But here's it again. Let me get my Necro shield up. So you're gonna you're gonna get your bleeds, mutilate, garrote, rupture, 5 calm points. You're gonna bone spike for the extra bleed because it stays on. So what you're gonna do is now shiv, kidney, burst, vanish, mark for death, a venom, blades, and there you go. That is your rotation. That's it. That's all you gotta do. So you get your bleeds, you shiv, kidney, burst, vanish, mark for death, a venom, blades, mutilate, a venom, bone spike, a venom. Now the other after you get your blades, after your vanish, your mark for death, a venom, and then blades, they're dead. They're not gonna be. If they're still alive, then you just basically do your normal rotation. But that's the rotation. Slow it down, read it back if you need to. It's really basic. But if you do that, you're gonna one-shot them. It's a lot of damage, as you can see in the last video. And I wasn't even really using this that much, but I'm still learning how to use it because I'm not used to clicking it. But if you can do this on top of that, it's just so much damage. It's just not livable. It's almost like 200k damage in less than like 3 seconds. It's a lot of damage. But that is the rotation, and then off your burst, what you're going to be doing is basically the same thing. If you open here, if you just want to get started without doing, an insane go. So as you can see, I bleed him up. I bone spike to get the extra bleed. shiv, Kenny, and you basically just do a normal go. You can use your bone spikes up a bit if you want. All you really need is like one bone spike, maybe one or two. As long as you have one, it's honestly you're in pretty good hands. But having two is really good as well. But that's basically your mini rotation. Just keep your bleeds up, Kenny off DR, and you'll eventually get your one shot back. And that's basically all there is to it, boys. That's all there is to it. Hopefully it helped you out. And if you have any questions, type in the commentes. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what I need to be posting next. Also, I have just started making shorts, so make sure you check them out. We're going to have a bunch of those coming out. On top of that, go check my Discord out, my Twitch out. We stream almost every single night at around 8, 9, or 10. I'm always live around then. Come check us out. We're having a lot more people joining in, having a good time. So I'll see you guys there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, peace.